Okej, chyba wszystko jest ustawione. Taki streamik. Po tym jak godzinę próbowałem dodać czat z powrotem. Zobaczymy co pójdzie. A... Jeszcze rzecz. Wydaje mi się, że udało mi się ustawić czat dla Twitcha i dla YouTube'a, więc muszę otworzyć w przeglądarce Facebooka w przeglądarce, żeby jeżeli ktoś tam cokolwiek pisze.
Since you are here, shall I tell you about the Gerald that I knew? By the look of it, you haven't heard much about his time at the monastery, have you? When I first met Gerald, he was quite young. Why, he could not even grow a full beard
Chyba
at
tutaj
that
będzie
point.
dobrze.
On one fateful occasion, the band of mercenaries he belonged to fought alongside the Knights of Seros. I was traveling with the knights at the time, and Gerald jumped in front of an attack meant for me. He was gravely wounded, on the verge of death. I tended to his wounds in a desperate attempt to save his life. Thankfully, my efforts were not in vain. Gerald managed to escape a seemingly certain death. I made arrangements for him to receive further care at Garrick Mach. The moment he was deemed fully recovered, I invited him to join the knights.
I didn't know.
Well, it is
Telling
not
me.
a story I have often repeated. Even at the monastery, there are not many who know that. I tell you this because, to me, you are the child of the one who saved my life all those years ago. And also...
Yes?
Never mind. It is nothing. I simply wanted to say that I trust you. By coming to visit with me today, you have... well... suffice it to say that my day is brighter than it otherwise would have been. I thank you for that.
Nie. Bo na streamie będzie robienie sobie support bondów, bo zapomniałem o tym. A są potrzebne.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work. Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that.
Linhardt jest śmieszny, bo jego całym gimmickiem jest to, że
You and
że
Edelgard work
odpoczywa
far
cały
too
czas i
hard.
jest śpiący
I
cały
mean it.
czas.
Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
Szkoda, że w sumie to jest ich pełny support level.
You were rather quiet in the last battle, Caspar. Not a single war cry to be heard. It was almost as if you weren't even there.
I did it just for you, Hubert. Isn't that what you wanted? Weren't you the one who said my shouting would cause problems?
Yes, I was. And at the time, you seemed intent on ignoring my advice.
Well, that was then. Recently, my behavior caused trouble, just like you said it would. I was shouting the other day and some enemies heard. I pretty much gave our position away and left us open to attack. I mean, it turned out fine in the end, but someone could have died if things had played out differently. Anyway, I did some self-reflecting and realized that I probably shouldn't shout so much. A decision that I'm proud to say I came to all on my own.
All on your own, huh? It was a bad decision. Being too quiet on the battlefield is extremely dangerous.
I'm sorry, what? That's the exact opposite of what you said before.
Having seen you fight in silence, I have no choice but to accept the truth that your shouting is vital.
What in the world are you talking about?
We've all grown used to the way you fight. Your battle cries help morale. And your instructions rise above the din of battle. I would go so far as to say that the soldiers under your command would be lost without the guidance of your booming voice.
I really don't get you, Hubert.
You inspire people. The benefits of your shouting outweigh the risks. Something wrong?
Yeah! I'm back! If you want me to shout, then I'm gonna shout! I'm not even gonna think about it! I knew you'd come around!
Don't get too excited. You'll be ambushed again.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to fight some guys while shouting!
Kasper to jest totalny śmieszek, ale
Oh well. No
bardzo
proof
dobrze
for
się bije.
stupidity. I suppose I'll just have to rein him in myself.
Gdzie będzie to reanimowanie? Też macie maksymalny support level.
Good morning. The weather is nice today. So, it's really nice weather we're having. It's
Indeed. Did you want something?
I'm really sorry.
I can't accept your apology until I know what it's for.
Oh, good point. I'm sorry I said you were terrifying.
Is that all? I'm used to that. No apology necessary.
But you've been avoiding me since then, right? You even stopped doing your deathly grin.
I am merely trying not to frighten you. Is there something wrong with that?
It's not working. And yes, there is. You can't quit talking and laughing just to try to make me feel better. That's not really fair. I need to master my own fear.
Is that right?
Yes. Right. Why?
You told me not to forego laughing, so I laughed as hard as I could. Is it helping to conquer your fear?
Yes. I mean, someday it might. Maybe. I'm not ready!
Zastanawiam się, czy powiedzieć, że te postaci są w sumie takie wielowymiarowe, czy nie, czy to są jakieś wymiary, czy nie do końca. No przynajmniej jest
Lenhart, at least
szkoda
try to
tylko,
do
że
some training.
wydaje mi się,
Use
że
a
po prostu
staff
skończy
or
się
a
to tak, że
rod or
wszyscy
a
się
broom,
lubią.
for all I care.
My apologies, but I cannot train right now. I have plans for later and don't wish to tire myself. Caspar invited me to train with him, you see.
You slept through the whole debate, didn't you? Fine. I'll summarize it for you.
Not the whole debate. I closed my eyes only after I knew what reading would cover the topic.
There you are. Don't tell me you were sneaking out to do some training.
Of course not. I was sneaking out to avoid you. How did you find me this time?
A mere coincidence. Why would you wish to hide from me?
Because you're an awful nuisance? Why do you pester me so?
To ensure that your talent is not wasted due to your lack of...
It's none of your business how I spend my time or how I use my talent. Have you assumed the role of my mother?
What is the matter with you?
Have you assumed the role of my mother? You overplay the part. She was only half as overbearing.
What is the matter with you? As house leader, I'm trying to prevent you from causing trouble for yourself and our classmates.
Fine, I'll try harder. Really. I'm sure you see all this as my interfering with your duty as a leader. Have you considered how it feels for those of us who serve below you? You are a serious pain, you know.
How so?
You're like a mother who insists on accompanying her son to his own knighting ceremony.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
No, I'd say that it's putting it lightly. All your interfering is greatly hindering my research.
I see. Very well. You've made your perspective perfectly clear.
Ale Edelgard została zgaszona.
Bernadetta,
Lady Edelgard, what can I do for you?
I appreciate all the effort you're making to overcome your fear of me. Your dedication is commendable. However,
I'm just getting in your way, aren't I? Knew it, Bernie. You're just an intruder. Nobody wants you around. Stupid. Oh.
Bernadetta,
Yes?
the problem you keep running into is that you don't listen to what people are really saying. That's why your efforts are in vain. You need to listen instead of jumping to your own conclusions. Are you listening to?
Yes?
Then why aren't you responding?
I wanted to listen until you were finished. Sorry. Were you finished?
I was.
Then may I please?
By all means. But please try to make it a fairly quiet one.
Just a tiny. Wait. What was I upset about again? That's weird. I forgot why I was about to scream, and now I don't even need to. What a nice feeling.
You're trying your best. I know that. But even so...
But what? What did I do this time? I'm so sorry. Whatever it is. I'll go to my room and never bother you again.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. I was only going to say that...
Postać Bernadette też lubię i była bardzo fajną uczniczką, tylko niestety jestem smutny, bo przyszła mi Shamir, która jest w sumie lepsza. Teraz nie wiem, co zrobić z Bernadetą. Well.
You're in high spirits today, Dorothea.
Yes, I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
To be honest, there's nothing resembling romance in my life at present. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
Ojeju,
That's no way
Edelgard.
to talk. You meet the right person and boom, you have passion to spare.
State is so important.
Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I. Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own. Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you, know. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
No tu Ferdynand chce tylko najlepszy we wszystkim. Dorothea tak go gasi. Jestem strasznie smutny z siebie, bo bardzo długo czasu zajęło mi zmienienie Ferdynanda od Sylwejna.
Taking care of some weapon maintenance, Petra? You seem completely absorbed.
Yes, taking care of the weapons has great importance.
I cannot argue with that. That weapon there, is it from Bridget?
No, it is a weapon of Dagda. But the people of Bridget used them often.
Fascinating. I have read about the weapons of Dagda, but this is my first time seeing one in person.
Lots of weapons and fighting techniques came from Dagda to Bridget.
Ah, so Dagda to the west had a big influence on the Bridget archipelago. I am fascinated by foreign fighting techniques. Would you consider teaching me sometime?
I will. But it is difficult to explain fighting with words. We can try sparring, maybe?
Yes, a practical demonstration. I would be quite grateful.
Let's have our beginning then.
Perhaps we should stop there.
Oh? Do you think you have understanding of the fighting techniques from Dagda?
Yes. Now that I have experienced it firsthand. I used to look down on foreign fighting styles, but I was clearly remiss. The footwork, the nimble way you shift your weight is extraordinary. I will have to remember those moves for the next time I am in battle. Clearly, you have honed your skills through practice. Your fist felt as sharp as a spear.
Bridget is stuck in between Dagda and Fodlan. It is of much importance to hone our fighting techniques. I am of the royal family, but I am a warrior before that. I must fight to live and to protect my home.
When the alliances of Bridget and Dagda encroached on the Empire, they were always driven back. But perhaps the Empire's victory was due to geographic advantage or divine intervention, rather than military superiority. Having met you, that is what I think. I cannot help but feel a little disgraced. I held foreign fighting styles in such low regard without ever seeing them for myself.
When I came to Fodlan, I felt disgraced for many things that I learned. But there is no disgrace in losing ignorance. We need to be learning and growing with each other. Always.
Yes, by working together we can make progress. And both sides need to look ahead to the future.
Podoba mi się to, że Petra cały czas poprawia swój...
How did you know Dorothea was an orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble, and he enrolled her in the academy.
Does someone like that even belong here?
I suggest ignoring them.
Lynn, don't scare me like that.
You seem less scared than surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose. As for those two gossips, unimportant. I suggest forgetting all about them and their petty words. Join me for a meal. I've been the target of a lot of gossip, and eating generally makes me feel better.
Don't pretend we're the same. If I could brush it off so easily, I would.
It doesn't seem particularly difficult. Where's the problem? Is this about your pride?
No, not even a little bit.
What then?
Lynn, please just go away. I want to be alone right now.
That's fine. But your life is your own business. It's not something that can be affected by the petty words of a stranger. Sorry. I kept talking, didn't I? I'll stop now.
Please do.
It's much.
Hi.
Well, if it isn't Bernadetta, what brings you here?
Am I bothering you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll come back another time.
Well, don't leave yet, you just got here. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yes. Do you remember that time in town?
In town? Oh, you mean when all those thieves showed up? Whew, that was rough. I heard a bunch of people got robbed.
No, not that. I mean the time I was carried off.
Some thieves tried to carry you off? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Just tell me which way they went. I'm gonna...
That's not what I mean. Oh, just forget it.
Wait, don't go. What are you trying to ask me?
Will you really listen this time?
Of course. Sorry. You have my full attention.
Do you remember when you carried me to that spot with the really pretty view? Where is that place? I've been looking all over.
The place I took you with the view. Oh, right. Okay, first you go out of the monastery. Actually, it's kind of tricky to explain. Come on, I'll just take you there again. But pay attention this time.
Huh? Wait, what are you... No, not again! Stop! Put me down!
Hey, Shamir. Your archery skills were amazing the other day. I couldn't believe it when you hit all those bullseyes. Not a single miss.
It was nothing.
No way, it was incredible. You were incredible. You gotta teach me how to shoot.
Maybe.
That sounds like a
Ah.
yes to me. Are you free tomorrow?
Maybe. No promises, though.
Come on, Shamir, don't be like that. Wait, is this because you don't think I'm good enough? That can't be it.
It's nothing personal. As someone born in Dagda, I'm not very fond of the Empire.
Dagda? Where is... Oh, you mean where they had that war with the Empire a few years back? The country west of Fodlan, across the ocean. That Dagda?
That Dagda. But that is behind us.
I had no idea. I understand why you'd hate the Empire so much, though. My father was a major general in that war. He led an entire army. If I were you, I definitely wouldn't want to train the son of someone who killed all those Dagdans.
You misunderstand. I harbor no ill will toward your generation.
Huh? Well, then what does this have to do with you teaching me how to shoot?
I simply have other commitments. I don't have the time to teach everyone, so I can't make any promises.
That's your reason? You're just too busy? I thought you hated me. I guess I had nothing to worry about. In that case, I'm excited to get to know you better. Let's leave all that Dagda and Empire stuff in the past.
Emerald, wszystko jest takie... Dawne.
Shamir, you are training away from the ground of training.
Ah, Petra. Well, it looks like it might rain.
I have understanding. Rain training can cause unhealthiness. Can I give you a question now?
Sure.
You come from Dagda, I think. Why are you working at the monastery?
You can tell I'm from Dagda? Oh, I suppose Bridget is our neighbor. As for why I work here, that's simple. I work to live. Rhea took me in when I had nowhere else to go. I'm here to repay my debt. I don't plan to return to Dagda anytime soon.
But Fodlan is an enemy for you, right? Are you feeling okay about that?
The only ones I've fought in person are the Imperial Army. I carry no ill will toward anyone else.
I have gratitude for your answering. You have given me understanding.
How about you? Do you hate them? The Empire is your father's enemy, no? And it's Dagda's fault that Bridget got pulled into the war at all. So, do you hate Dagda? Or do you see that as none of your concern?
The fault is not of Dagda. My father made his own choice to be joining the war. I cannot say I have no hatred for the Empire, but I do not have any for Edelgard. When I came here, she was always helping me.
Makes sense. You can hate a country without hating its people.
You speak with such honesty. It is very amazing.
I'm not that special. I just don't let emotions get in my way.
Dobra, wszystko. Idziemy z misją. Zwróć uwagi, jaki jest wymagany level tej misji.
We've got to go. Now. The situation in Lemire Village has changed drastically. We don't know much more than that. We're hearing reports that the villagers are killing each other. Some say houses are burning. Regardless, we need to move.
Trzeba zrobić czystkę. This looks like a job for Artas.
What's going on here?
This is horrific. It's even more revolting. More terrible than I expected. Yes, we must find a way to save this village.
True. But if we are not careful about how we proceed, we will only increase the death toll.
The villagers are attacking each other. Let's knock them all out one by one.
Always so reckless. You do know that if we mess up, we will either kill or be killed, right?
Still, we cannot just stand here twiddling our thumbs and doing nothing.
I'd really like to go home now. But there's no time for thoughts like that. We have to help them.
I am waiting for your orders with full readiness.
Wait. Those people over there, they seem to be observing the chaos. They must be behind this. Eliminate them and rescue all of the unafflicted villagers.
Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
I am
Wracamy.
grateful.
Miecza. Nie, tak został.
There are some suspicious-looking ruffians out there. But our top priority is to rescue the villagers. Got it? I'll rein in the villagers who've turned violent. You focus on rescuing the others.
To work.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Mamy dostać.
I will prevail.
I'm on it.
Stay focused. That's my cue.
As you wish.
Battle.
I will get the victory.
Put me in there.
Patrz.
Kill. Kill.
Missed. Hate me all you want.
Dobrze. Walczyć z tym. Rampage'ing. Jeram.
The one giving commands in the back.
Destruction mode. No hesitation.
Co obrażeń? Hit.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Should I have held back?
Petra jest teraz złodziejem, więc możemy otworzyć tą skrzynkę.
Tomas, what are you doing here?
I'm not Tomas. My name is Solon, the savior of all. What's the matter? So shocked you can't even speak? You were so easily fooled by my disguise. I was hiding away in Garrick Muck to get the blood of that little girl called Flame. With her blood, we'll be one step closer to realizing our goal.
I'll have a bit of fun here too.
O, Death Knight znowu.
That's the Death Knight. He must be an ally of Tomas, or Solon, or whoever he is. Thank you.
Villagersi.
Predictable.
It's over.
You fought well. Predictable.
No hesitation.
Jej, ileż ty
Should I have held back?
walisz, kobito. Kobito. To trochę przesada.
Nothing personal.
Trzeba się z kawalerii wyłączyć. Wydaje mi się, że ktoś... A jeszcze... Może ta skrzynka zostanie otwarta przez... tego. Dobra, lećmy. Najpierw przy pasa. Jeszcze exp. Nice. Stalowym mieczem, tak?
The cursed Fellstar. This will be a fine opportunity to measure your power.
Wiecie, że to jest koniec tej misji, to się zdenerwuję.
I can feel...
Why have you gone after this village?
I could have conducted this experiment on any test subjects. Now that I have what I came for, I must
go.
Wait!
We let him all survey the village.
Czemu te misje są takie głupie? Ja naprawdę muszę ich olewać. Dajcie mi chwilę. Zaraz czytam z powrotem grę, bo... Muszę zobaczyć, jakie te skrzynki tutaj są.
Looks like we somehow managed to sort things out, and casualties were kept to a minimum. They said they weren't picky about who they used as their test subjects. Because of them, the people of Ramire Village.
There you are.
A Flame Emperor.
That armor. So, you're the Flame Emperor.
Yes, I believe you have met my subordinate, the Death Knight.
Oh, we've met all right. But back to you. You're the one responsible for the destruction of this village.
Do not get the wrong idea.
What in blazes does that mean?
It is true that I am working with Solon, but that does not mean our objectives are the same. Had I known they planned to do this, I would have stopped it. You have my word.
Your words are meaningless. Now, I'll have to insist that you accompany us back to the monastery.
I cannot abide that. However, if you wish to join forces, I will hear your plea.
What?
If left to their own devices, they will commit countless more violent acts like this one. Do you not wish to prevent that? With the sword of the Creator on our side, Solon would not be a threat. Pity, though not unexpected. Pray that you do not live to regret your choice.
Gerald, Professor, have you seen Lady Edelgard?
What's wrong, kid? Huh? Oh, damn it! He's gone. Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you. Since coming to the monastery...
Dobra, w ogóle tego nie ma sensu. Jak i tak musimy przejść tę misję jeszcze raz.
Gotta go. Now. The situation. We're hearing
Help!
What's going on?
This is her. Yes.
True. The village.
Always. Still.
I am waiting.
Wait. They must be.
Ale myślę sobie, że mógł Flame zreklasować na Pegasusa, żeby miał przynajmniej jedną jednostkę latającą, bo to jest kiepskie, że nie mam nikogo latającego w tym. A ona ma 100% szansy na reklasę.
Welcome! Come back soon!
Reklasa też nam teraz nie da. Wykupionej. Walczymy jeszcze raz.
There are some. I'll rein in.
Stay focused.
Kill.
I will prevail.
I will get the victory.
To work.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Zaraz przyspieszymy trochę tę walkę. Aj, tak. Bardek może się jeszcze ruszyć.
That's my cue.
I'm on it.
As you wish.
Battle.
Put me in there.
W sumie w ogóle nie gram optymalnie. Tak sobie myślę teraz, że moja Bernadetta ma tego. Ma batalion, który zwiększa mi move speed. Powinienem go przenieść na kogoś, kto jest w moim zespole, jak walczę. Nie nią.
one giving command.
Wejścia niż tędy. Villager jest. To tutaj nie jest dobrym wyborem. W sumie no, nie pasuje mi polowanie postaciami. Aj.
Tomas, what are...
I'm not. What's the... I was with her.
That's the...
Przez to, że jestem zmontowany, to nie mogę. Skoro Blade ma... Nie potrzebuję, żeby Petra biegła tutaj.
And I didn't even enjoy it.
A czasami potrafię kopać.
Keep it up.
No one makes it past me.
W sumie czemu ja Kacperkiem biję rękawicami? To nie jest dobry pomysł. Znaczy, nie no, chcę w przyszłości go na brawlera zrobić, ale w tym momencie jest lepszy toporkiem. Zabili mi villagera! O, wy.
That is that.
We've rescued as many as we can.
Serio? Nie masz więcej? Ach. Smutno mi niezmiernie. Chciałem wszystkich uratować. Nie tą osobę chciałem zaatakować.
What a jump.
So obvious. Just give up.
Sylwain się postarał.
Predictable. No hesitation. Should I have held back?
go zabijesz, Geralt, to się zdenerwuje.
You're out of luck.
Pewnie tak.
This was beneath me.
Forgive me,
That was nothing.
Pierwszy raz, kiedy Beth padła w walce.
Easy.
Ja mam teraz klucza. Petra musi przybiec.
You were but a savage.
Ja będę chciał jeszcze raz. Ogarniać. Będę musiał jeszcze raz wszystko ogarniać. A, fuck. Dobra, nie się.
Stay focused.
Battle.
Put me in there.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Ale muszę powiedzieć, że szczerze zapomniałem o tym, że tutaj można cofać ruchy.
That's my cue.
No i oczywiście, znaczy jakby co, to gram na leniwym poziomie trudności. W sensie, że jak ktoś mi padnie, to padnie tylko na tą misję, a nie permanentnie.
You were but a savage.
Wydaje, że w tą całą turę jestem teraz w stanie wszystko ogarnąć. Skrzynia otwarta. Czy nie jestem wszystkiego w stanie ogarnąć, bo nie pokonam. Black Knighta.
I will get the victory.
Robi Gerald.
So obvious.
Koniec. Nie jest koniec. To ja muszę zadać ostatni cios. Tak. Dobra, weźmy. Delgard na razie tak przy fasol.
You're the one who should. The Death Knight was just a distraction.
Pięknie.
What's next?
Got it.
Tyler w ogóle. A. Gdzie mapa jest odwrócona. Tak. Teraz nie dosięgnę. Ale wystarczy. Trochę zająć wykonaniem tego Solona.
Pretty good.
Why have you... Wait!
I'll survey the village.
No, dostałbym więcej hajsu, gdybym uratował wszystkich. Sylvain był MVP. Wow! Wow, wow! Dobra, ale lepiej nie będzie.
Thank you so much.
Zastanawiam się, może jednak się
Looks like
dogadać
we saw... They said...
z Emperorem
Because of...
Flames.
There you are.
That all.
Yes.
Oh, we've...
Do not.
What in blame?
It is true. Had I known.
Your words.
I cannot.
What?
If left to them, with the sword of the Creator.
Może w następnym przejściu.
Pity. Pray that you.
Gerald, what's wrong, kid? He's gone. Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you. You've been angry since and you look so happy when you're instructing. Before the monastery, I'd never seen you bear your emotions. Then perhaps it's a good thing we came to the monastery. If only so I could see your face lit up like that. Or maybe there was never any reason for us to leave the monastery in the first place. I've put my foot in my mouth, haven't I? Though I suppose it may be nearly that time. Come to my office when you next have a moment to spare. There's something I need to tell you.
Jej, Gerald nam powie trochę o naszej
What was
historii.
that about? I can't recall a time of old when you were at the monastery. I wonder what is hiding in the mist that is your past.
Professor, I don't know if this is appropriate to say, but admirable work out there. I really believe we did all that we could. No mortal is all-powerful. We must
To jest w
try
ogóle
to stay
bardzo
positive
smutne,
even
że
through the
wylew
horror.
nie jest dźwiękowy w pełni.
I hear the so-called Flame Emperor appeared in Remire village as well. Hubert told me that you spoke with him. And do you believe him?
Powiedzmy, że wierzę.
Oh? But even if his words are true, but if the Flame Emperor should... Maybe then he will appear
Czemu ja
before
też
you without his mask.
klikuję?
And you can look in his... Even if his words are true, his objectives are still unclear. But if the Flame Emperor should someday reveal his true intentions, maybe then he will appear before you without his mask, and you can look in his eyes and decide what you believe.
Adel, I need to ask you something. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I interrupt?
No, not at all.
Mocno.
If you'll excuse me,
Pewnie
Professor.
tak. Flame Emperorem. Kolejny snitch wewnątrz kościoła.
You did well handling that awful business in Remire village. I am certain the goddess shares in our grief at the senselessness of that calamity. More importantly, I was shocked to hear that our own Tomas was actually a dark mage. I must reflect on our blindness.
You surely must. You failed to notice that a rat was hiding in your home. Pathetic.
Fake.
Who are these wicked foes? How did Tomas escape your gaze?
Tomas came to the monastery 40 years ago, by recommendation of House Ordelia of the Alliance. Around 8 years ago, he went back to House Ordelia, before returning to the monastery once again, just last year. After having worked at Garreg Mach for decades, why would he betray us now? Just what did he hope to accomplish? Yuritsa became a professor at the Officers' Academy because of a recommendation from the Imperial nobility. Supposing that he is the Death Knight, that means that our enemy is an organization that has taken root in at least 2 territories.
In the long history of the Church of Seros, no, long before even that, there have been an endless number of threats to the peace of Fodlan. Yet those who oppose us still operate in the shadows. Their identity is a mystery. I believe that Solon and the Death Knight are merely one part of a much larger whole.
A threat to Fodlan's peace? That means we have no choice. We have to stop them all.
Without knowing what their objective is, we cannot afford to act recklessly. The Knights will investigate. For now, you and your class should focus on your training. That is all for today.
Professor,
Nadal nie uważam, żeby
please
Kościół
wait.
był święty.
I know there is much that you still do not understand. However, one thing is clear. You possess great power. I believe that you are destined to be a source of great hope for all. In any case, I expect great things from you. Walk this world proudly, dear Professor. May the goddess Sothis protect you.
The goddess Sothis? Is that what she just said?
Is something the matter? I see. Sothis is the goddess's true name. Please do not use it carelessly. Farewell.
Do not say that we may regret. What exactly am I? For now, let's leave this place. Please, go!
Jesteśmy personifikacją bogini Sotis. Trochę szkoda, że straciłem ten standing Grey. Ale to się wydawało lepszą dialogową.
Part 1. White Clouds. Ethereal Moon. The cause of sorrow. Though most stars will still glimmer in the crisp winter air, the blue sea star has gone back into hiding. Legend states that the goddess prays for peace from her home in the heavens. In the town of Garreg-Mach, the anniversary of the monastery's completion nears, and the people's prayers intensify ahead of the Millennium Festival, still 5 years hence.
Biegniemy... Czekać. O, teraz na streamie będzie pokazane, jak bardzo
I'm here,
trafię w Tea
Professor.
Party.
Sorry to trouble you. Tasty. Huh?
To się udało.
Definitely.
Drugie się udało.
Huh? No. Thanks for the tea.
Starczy. Najmniej czarem wzrosł.
It's just... I was wondering why it seems as if no one values their own lives. Why do we fight until we die? Why do we kill without hesitation? I hate it. I don't like taking lives, or even the sight of blood. In the last battle, some of the soldiers under my command died for foolish reasons. Those soldiers could have pulled back. Instead, they kept fighting, and were overrun. Am I supposed to be satisfied with the victory alone? Even at the cost of such life? Exactly. Honor? That's a foolish reason to give your life. Honor? Exactly. I don't see the point. Honor? That's a foolish reason to give your life. Glory? Even worse. Just the thought frightens me. I'm not suited for battle, Professor. I suppose that's the nature of the world, isn't it? Professor, you take the time to lead me and teach me like this every day. Could the reason be that you don't want me to die on the battlefield? That's a bold statement, Professor.
Here, I won't let you die.
But for whatever reason, I want to believe you. You really are a strange person, you know. Professor, I wish to ask something of you. I don't want to kill. I don't want blood on my hands. I just want to lie on my back and soak up the sun filtering down through the trees. And I want you to help me make that a reality.
We are planning a grand ball for this month. I'm sure the students will be most pleased.
Yes, certainly. However, we must not devote all of our time to frivolity. We have a new mission for you. We have found evidence of someone sneaking into an unused chapel.
It is a building that was once a temporary sanctuary, at a time when the monastery was under renovation.
This month, your class is tasked with guarding the chapel and investigating these intruders. With the recent state of affairs surrounding the Holy Church, we cannot afford to overlook any abnormality, no matter how seemingly trivial.
I am ordering a seasoned knight to assist you to ensure the safety of the students. In times like these, I am afraid we must always expect the worst.
Reporting for duty, Lady Rhea.
I thought you two could use the time to bond. And to speak of important matters.
Appreciate the thought.
Bear in mind that Gerald has a separate mission of his own. He will join you once he has finished it.
It's true. I'll be away from the monastery for a while. But when I return, I'll come and watch you work. I'll be looking forward to it.
Pogadać. Minął tydzień. Idzie na inną misję. Jak wróci, to popatrzy. Pewnie nie. Belgard jeszcze ma heavy armor. Jednak Puerta tyle się Dark Mage'a. W końcu dostałem Dark Seala, to już nie jest pewne. Tutaj się zastanawiam tego Warriora. On chce być grapplerem. Bernadety nie certyfikowałem, bo właśnie tak. Szamir już jest. Robiona impreza.
I have succeeded.
Celuję robić Paladyna. Co innego. Nie tym Paladynem.
Huh, okay.
Myślę, że starczy. Na dzisiaj. O! Będzie mnie jeszcze widać. Taki testowy stream w sumie. Taki tak skończył się bardzo późno. Będę miał problem z budzeniem się. Nie? Żebym miał jakieś możliwości zdecydowania o tym, że dzięki wielkie. Wszystkie jako że nie mam regularności streamów, to teraz o każdym streamie będę informował na Twitterze. Jeżeli ktoś jest zainteresowany, to może popatrz tego komenta. Kliknij Twitter na przyszłość. Handel mam taki na streamie. Wydaje mi się, że na Facebooku